Hi, this is James Page with INCA TV, and I am with Matt Brewster, who is the CTO of Strategic Imperatives. Matt, thanks for joining us. Perhaps you could just start off by telling us a bit more about Strategic Imperatives.
Sure, yeah. So we've been in business approximately 15 years. Our primary focus is in the UK telco space. Historically, we've been very heavily involved with the provisioning, particularly of copper telephony services. So we helped pioneer the LLU and MPF rollout many years ago, and since then we've been involved with CPs of all shapes and sizes, from the really big guys down to the really small guys. I think it's fair to say that whilst our name may not be so well known by the general public, underneath the order journeys of almost all of the major retailers in the UK, our systems live somewhere in that ecosystem to provision particularly copper, telephony and broadband services over the Openreach network.
Okay, fantastic. So sort of somewhere in the background there's always a Strategic Imperatives hiding there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're sort of part of the fabric, really. And obviously the landscape is changing. Copper is obviously in decline. And with the advent of fibre and its rollout in the UK, we've got a new product, the Fibre Cafe. And our objective there is to provide a unified interface into all of the altnets in all of their various stages of rollout and size and capacity, such that a CP wanting to wholesale from one of these altnets can do so in a really seamless fashion. We're aware that there's lots of altnets out there, and there's a wide variety of CPs in the marketplace who want to consume those products, and it's a challenge. Every one of those consumptions, in absence of the Fibre Cafe, would be an IT project in its own, months of development potentially, and what we're looking to do with the Fibre Cafe is to eliminate all of the complexity that's traditionally involved in a technical system-to-system capacity, so that signing up or buying from a new altnet is as simple as a commercial exercise, as opposed to a protracted commercial plus technical integration exercise.
So thank you for the explanation. Is there any particular time then in the life cycle that the altnet should be coming to you? Is that pre-build or during build? What's the best time to get involved?
I think sort of the sooner the better, really. Obviously, where we fit in is in the wholesale model, and what we found talking to altnets is wholesale is generally in their roadmap, whether it's in there towards the bottom or further up. It really varies, but what we're finding is wholesale is going up people's agendas for a variety of reasons, and the sooner they offer a wholesale service, then the quicker they can get to that market. And via the Fibre Cafe, our vision is that they can reach as many CPs as possible, as quickly as possible, and they can sort of start that sales journey near immediately, as opposed to having to contract with each one individually and set out a IT development. That's our objective.
Okay, great. So you must have a fair weather eye on the state of the altnet market at the moment for wholesale provisioning. But what are you seeing in the market at the moment? What do you think is going to be happening over maybe the next 12 months and how does Fibre Cafe fit in?
I think like most people, we have a view on the altnet market. It's obviously there's lots of money being spent right now into the actual physical provisioning of services, poles and ducts, digging up roads, laying Toby boxes and so on. It's inevitable there's going to be some acquisitions, there's going to be some mergers. From our perspective, we think that the more altnets there are, the better, the more competition there'll be, the more innovative the products will be. And the way the Fibre Cafe fits in is to really enable as many interrelationships between CPs and altnets as possible, rather than CPs having to look at the broad spectrum of altnets from whom they could buy services and being limited on who they can buy from, because each one is a complex engagement. Our vision is really to minimise the amount of complexity involved in all of those sorts of discussions, so that they can get to market as quickly as possible. From an altnet perspective, from a CP perspective, they can achieve the highest FTTP penetration as possible.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, good luck with everything over the next year. It sounds like the future could be bright for the Fibre Cafe. But for now, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us.
No worries. Thank you.